Hi, Tayosi. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, Judy. Thank you for having me.
Tayosi is joining us from United Kingdom. Tayosi has a very interesting work. I think post-COVID, all of us has been facing this challenge of environment, and everybody is talking about changing what are the ways we can change more sustainable practices. But one thing we've not realized that if we do not start from the grassroots, it's not going to work. And that's a very important work which Tayosi is doing. So Tayosi, I'm honored to have you on my platform.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we have amazing women like Tayosi on this platform on a regular basis. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe. Tayosi, do you want to tell my viewers about your work?
Yes, I'd love to do that. Thank you so much, Judy. So basically, my organization, which I co-founded with a friend of mine, is called Action GX, and we have been in operation since the year 2015-16. And what we basically do is to teach on different environmental issues. So now we have like a part where we go to different schools. So we're going from like the primary schools to the secondary schools to the universities, and we have a curriculum that we have a team that built it. So we use our curriculum to teach on the environment. So we're teaching on the different aspects of, having a green area in your school, so the agricultural part, and we're also teaching about the cleanup at different areas too. So after we teach, then we have the part where we practicalize the work that we've done. So it's not just teaching, we also bring about practicals. And here we work with the students to actually, critical thinking, in which, okay, what solution do you think will best fit? Let's say, for example, in the Niger Delta area of Nigeria, they have the issue of oil spillage. So we try and bring different solutions. That what's the cheapest way and what's the quickest way that you think that we can actually clean up the oil spillage in the Niger Delta area. And then we also have the parts where we work with communities. So with communities, we understand that they're different. It's a different approach to when we go to schools. So with communities, we actually sit down, like maybe like have a town hall, what we'll call a town hall meeting. We talk, we discuss about, have like a needs assessment. We talk to them about, okay, what issues do you face? What you think we can help you solve? What environmental issue do you think we can help you solve? And when we go to the communities, we don't just go like, oh, we're bringing you a solution. No, they're very involved. So they take ownership of the solutions. And then we work with the communities to actually effect the solutions in their community. And when we bring about the environmental solutions, it's not just, cleaning up the environment. We also look at how we can grow the economy. So we're thinking, as much as we're bringing the environmental solution, we also need to bring about a solution that will grow the economy of the community. So in a nutshell, those are like the kind of things that we do in my organization.
I think it is a very important work what you're doing. So how did you come up with this idea? Do you want to talk about that a little?
I would say that how this started for me, I'll talk about three different experiences that actually pushed me to the work that I do. Okay, the first thing I would say is that my dad has always been big on energy efficiency, saving electricity and different things, but I didn't understand. And I'll give an example. Like my dad would tell me to go and buy like a 60 watts bulb, and I'll get there and I'll bring back a 100 watts bulb, and when I get back home, it's like, this is not what I asked you to buy. And in my head, I'm like, but they do the same job. But from there, he started explaining to me that because of the watts and amount of voltage that they have, they tend to use different levels of electricity. So it's important that you buy the one that saves electricity, that saves energy, not the one that consumes a lot of electricity. And then also maybe when we want to go and buy a fridge, I would probably go more for like maybe the aesthetics. I'm looking at the color, I'm like, oh, why can't we buy like a pink or a purple fridge? And it's like, no, you don't go for things based on the color. It has to be practical. So you have to choose like practicality over beauty. Yeah. So it would explain to me about the different energy rating and how much electricity like they consume, per product. And so that always was like, it was like a back knowledge in my head. And also I did there's something we call NYSC in Nigeria. It's called National Youth Service Corps, where you like go to another province, we call it another state in Nigeria, to just serve for a year. So it's like a military type kind of program, but it's not really military. So during this program, I was left homeless by a flood. And I mean, I was miles away from home. I really didn't know anybody except the people that I I met there. But you know, it was so good that I had a friend that I could put up with. But actually, when I was packing my things, the thing that was stuck in my head was, at least I have the ability to go back to Lagos to meet my parents. Like, my parents had a house in Lagos. But I was thinking of people that this is their primary place of abode. Where would they go to? Because I could hear a woman, you know, she was calling her brother in another part of the country, and she was just crying and lamenting to him. And I thought, oh no, what would people do? And now this was another knowledge again that, of course, it was registered in my brain, and I thought I need to do something. But the third one that really, really pushed me to the work that I'm doing was, I think I was going to the market with my dad, or I was going somewhere, I can't remember, but we passed by a popular market in Lagos, and I saw a small child like eating something beside a huge dump of waste. And I thought, no, this cannot happen. And in my head, I was thinking, what can I do to, you know, make communities better? So what I decided to do was, I went to do my master's. I came to do my master's at the University of Salford in Manchester. It was environmental and public health, because I thought, of course, if I'm going to talk to people about the environment, I need to have more knowledge about what I'm talking about. And after I finished, it was fantastic. I met a friend of mine that we co-founded Action GX together. So when we met, of course, she was from the Niger Delta part of Nigeria. So we could compare notes about how, you know, we had suffered from climate change, how climate change had affected our environment, and also it was a good place for us to just bond. And then after we both went back to Nigeria, and we started Action GX.
Yeah. So I think it is a fantastic work, but at the same time, I think there are a lot of people around the world who wants to do something, but they don't know how to start or where to start. So do you have a quick advice for them, you know, to go into more sustainable practices?
Okay, so basically, you know, sometimes, to be honest, when you are taking steps to be environmentally conscious, sometimes it can be overwhelming, because you're thinking, oh, it's just one me. What I do is not going to make any difference. But believe me, it makes a difference. So maybe from, you know, cutting down on plastics, or from telling other people about the environment, it does make a whole lot of difference. Or volunteering with different environmental organizations, because I realized that all over the world we have loads and loads of environmental organizations, and they need volunteers, because whether we like it or not, volunteers are what push the work to different communities. So whether you're cutting down on plastics, or you're meeting more people to talk about the environment, or you're just thinking basically of what solution you can bring. So there's nothing that is little. There's nothing that is like, oh, it won't count. It would count at the end of the day. So we just keep pushing and doing what we can do.
Fantastic. So thank you so much, Tayosi, for giving me this interview. I really enjoyed our talk, and I'm sure my viewers will love to hear about your work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was so good for me to be here. I mean, I enjoy speaking with you every time, because it's just an amazing
Thank you so
platform. Thank you.